I wanted to check out this new video from the Act. Well, not new video. It's 11 days old. From the Act Man. Will gaming kill you? News reports and video games. Let's check this out. Is that the Pew News? Little
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to
looks
ACT
similar.
News. I'm your host, the Reporter Man, and today I ask the important questions. Are you giving your child digital heroin?
I don't know why anyone would have Fortnite in their home because it is like giving a child heroin.
Do you or a loved one suffer from gaming disorder?
I
The
mean,
World Health Organization recognized a condition known as gaming disorder.
And does the new Call of Duty actually allow you
to be a terrorist and kill people?
oh well,
That's
okay,
right.
yeah, that's a given.
Folks,
Yeah, obviously.
Our top story of the day
Yes.
is on the dangers of gaming.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the most interesting news reports on video games. I've done this before in videos like the war against video games and others, but those were more documentary style. This is not. We are going bottom of the barrel, the craziest, most out-of-touch news reports I've ever seen. I feel like it's always interesting to see what mainstream media has to say about video games and what they've had to say about them over the years. Is Fortnite too addictive? How many games put your kids at risk of pedophiles? There's a lot of fun questions for us to answer.
Now, when I first launched my investigation,
Smash Bros.
It
For
was
sure.
a slow news day. And on slow news days, the only thing the news does is fearmonger. But what was I going to fearmonger today? Naturally, it was video games. They're too violent, too sexual.
easy target,
they
man.
increase aggressive behavior in adolescence.
Players commit gruesome acts like these using top-of-the-line graphics and stunningly realistic detail.
But where to begin? My investigation. Well, I think I found just the right place
Oh
to
god,
start.
dude.
The Mid-Missouri Internet
The
Crimes
hellhole.
Task Force says adults are now using systems like Nintendo Wii, Xbox, PlayStation, and Webkins to talk to children inappropriately.
That's right. This is the game, and you actually create your own character,
Oh, yeah, I've
house,
seen this
and
clip.
even town. And when connected to the internet, you can talk to people across the country.
Oh,
and
no.
kids have no say as to what some of these characters say to them. For example, this character could be the man in California police are warning about tonight that asked for images from Missouri children.
Oh no, not Tortimer.
Tour timer? Could be. It could be or it could be the fucking goose on the left. Could also be her.
And kids have no say as to what some of these characters might say to them. For example, this could be the man police are warning about tonight who asked for pictures from Cyrodiil children.
I cannot
Is
come
that
up
Morrowind?
with any legitimate reason that an adult would be playing that
Andy
particular
Anderson.
game.
What a name.
No reason for an adult to play Animal Crossing. Only bad reasons.
Anderson says adults playing Animal Crossing, similar games, are likely doing it for the wrong reasons.
Crime alert. We abuse.
Anderson says it is going to take parents paying attention to keep this problem from exploding.
What you'll find in a lot of these news reports from like the early mid-2000s, like the news tries to frame the most innocuous of things as a problem, when really all it comes back to is just parents knowing what the fuck their kids are doing.
Now, right now, we know that only 3 children have been reported as being involved in this. Anderson says this is not a reason to be paranoid, but is something to be aware of.
While it's not a reason to be paranoid, we are still going to produce a news segment to try and invoke those feelings of paranoia within you. Sponsor
Oh my
time.
God.
This is either the best
That was a
decision
throwback.
I've made or the worst. Hell of it is, Chief. I'll still be able to buy a pair of the Raycon Everyday
Raycon.
Earbuds. Raycon's earbuds go for half the price of
Dude,
other
who doesn't
premium
Raycon
brands,
sponsor?
but they sacrifice none of the quality and sound just as good, if not better. And thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring this video.
And now for something completely different.
Kids can't put it down.
It has lots of graphics.
It has lots of
I
graphics.
tell you, the clips they choose are always the fucking funniest.
It has lots of graphics.
It has lots of graphics.
No wonder gaming gurus predict
Nintendo DS is going to redefine
Hey, Reggie, what's up?
portable handheld gaming the way iPod is redefining music.
well, stop the music. Because it's also redefining how vulnerable your kids are
Uh-oh.
to child molesters.
It's redefining pedophilia.
God! How? Explain to me how you arrived at this point.
Along with the game capability,
Arrest Reggie.
Nintendo DS comes with a feature called PictoChat.
Oh, I remember that.
PictoChat?
Oh, let me explain. You open the DS unit, you turn it on, you push PictoChat, and your DS unit is an open book. Anyone can write your child messages, send them sketches, anyone who has a DS unit.
The only reason
I
anybody
remember
ever
that,
used
dude.
PictoChat was to draw penises and send them to your siblings as you both giggled in separate rooms.
Or to like
Any
send
of-
messages to friends on the bus, other friends who had Nintendo DS
Other
and
use
shit
of
like that.
PictoChat was illegal.
Here's an example of what can happen.
Like the original
Melanie and
Snapchat,
Marissa
kinda.
Upstairs in the bedroom, I was downstairs sending them messages. What's your dog's name? What's your name? Where do you go to school? Where do you live?
Where do you live?
Where do you live?
What are you buying? Where do you live?
In this house that I'm messaging you in?
Yeah, what's the range on that
Marissa's
thing?
mom was watching as Melanie
Can't
and
be that
Marissa
far,
answered
right?
my questions, and she didn't like what she saw.
Especially when I saw Melanie writing
Oh
the
god, these
address.
uptight moms.
Granted, the girls knew it was me sending the messages, but they'd only met me minutes before.
And I could have been a child molester.
And remember Marissa chatting with her friend in the other car? That means a molester driving along to see her child in the back seat and start sending messages while in the front seat, totally oblivious to what's happening.
Oh my god. Who the fuck is driving and like
Yeah,
trying
what
to
the
join
fuck, dude?
PictoChat lobby?
That's a stretch. Holy
the
shit.
logistics of that alone.
That'd be impressive, honestly.
Well, a Colorado family is
Fuck it,
looking
dude.
for answers tonight
Take
after
my
they
kid.
say the Nintendo gaming system they bought for their 5-year-old had porn loaded onto it. Brighton Giles had wanted a Nintendo 3DS all year.
Wait, was it a 3DS that had porn on it?
When Santa brought it to him, he was ecstatic. But yesterday
Fucking
morning,
Santa,
that
dude.
excitement turned into horror.
Classic
When he
uploading
turned on the
porn onto
gaming
kids'
system, he
DSs.
found pornographic pictures on the gaming system.
How does that even... I'm so confused. Who puts porn on
Santa
the 3DS?
Claus, dude.
Can you even do that?
I think so, yeah, I think you can, yeah.
DS has porn on it, and I handed him the DS, and he just got up and walked right to the phone.
I feel so bad for this kid. Honestly, I probably would have done the exact same thing. I probably would have been like, oh my god, Dad, what the fuck? I don't know what this is. And then you got people filming you, and like they're putting it on the news, and it's like, tell us about the porn you found on your 3DS. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I'll play it again.
When Santa brought it to him,
Santa. The gift was from Santa. A DS with porn on it. So not only did this kid experience some traumatic shit, but he probably hates Santa now.
his father first called GameStop where he bought the system. They told Giles that the images were from a previous owner and they weren't caught before the refurbishing device was sold.
So who the fuck puts porn on the 3DS and then trades it in? Moving on.
Think of all the security dangers we've exposed involving online games and interactive sites. This one tonight is different.
I'm so ready.
ABC 15 investigator Joe Ducey takes us into a fake world, creating real problems for one local family.
He was so upset. I mean, he was just heartbroken. I mean, this was his whole Christmas.
She's talking about real money lost in a virtual world, a world set in medieval times.
RuneScape? We got a fucking news report on RuneScape.
It's where an 11-year-old like Timmy Easter of Gilbert can act like someone much older.
What is this? What am I looking at here?
You catch?
It's worth 1,000 coins.
Oh man, this has not aged well.
Yeah,
Looks like
Jesus,
the stock
dude.
price of sharks in RuneScape has gone way
Oh, okay. You talk about
down.
that.
Fighting
I
enemies.
can't. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
You killed him? Yeah.
He spent years gaining a high level in an online game called RuneScape. Timmy and his family recently learned this virtual world is full of some real-life dangers.
He said, "Excuse me, House Slayer, can I speak to you for a moment?"
Oh my god, is this like 9-year-old kid? And his RuneScape name is Hellslayer?
In just minutes, Timmy's password was hacked, stolen. His account with all these points and belongings emptied out.
It's your items, and to have someone steal it without hesitation, it's just wrong.
Let's have a moment of silence for Timmy and so many others whose RuneScape accounts were hacked. Thank you.
You may be thinking, who cares? It's just fake points in a make-believe world.
I care, Joe. I care.
Then at Christmas it was coming up, and I told everybody, all the relatives, give him cash.
Grandmother Claire Kephart says Timmy received and spent $140 real to buy virtual swords and armor.
What a
That's a lot.
awesome grandma. Give him cash so he can pay his membership fee in RuneScape. What a G.
Attorney General Terry Goddard has another concern.
They brought in
the real
the
thinker.
Attorney General on this story.
The sinister part of the people, the adults leading the 11-year-old to another site, is the adults leading 11-year-olds to personal contact.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so funny story. This one time me and my brother met someone on RuneScape and we asked them if they knew where our elementary school was, and we agreed to meet them. And I was in the 3rd grade, my brother was in 6th grade, and we left a note at home saying we're going to meet this person we met online. We're going to Ben Franklin. We left that for our parents, and we were about to leave, and my stepmom came running down the door. So like, you are not going there, like freaking out, and I couldn't understand why because I was so innocent at the time.
Last year, a Dutch court took
Yikes,
virtual
dude.
crime
Jesus.
seriously, prosecuting 2 teens for stealing imaginary items on RuneScape.
There was a court case for that? Oh my God. Let's move on.
So you can see right here, I'm getting ready to serve. All I do is throw that ball up in the air, and when oh, geez, and there goes the tennis racket.
Oh my God, dude. So
Okay, maybe don't
many
stand
TVs
right in
and
front of the
mirrors
TV
and
like that.
Controllers were broken during the Wii
Jesus.
times. I remember we got that the day the Wii came out, and we threw that fucking remote so quickly. I'm surprised we didn't break anything.
I didn't have it on there all the way. Make sure that your accessories are definitely latched
Jeez.
on all the way. That's not a good idea. And by the way, the little Wii remote, do you like that?
You like that?
You like that?
The little Wii remote, do you like that?
And now we're going back to the 90s when Pokemon was really starting to take off. Pokemania, they called it.
Be forewarned if you haven't been already, the hottest thing in the 12 and under set is coming soon to a theater near you. Pokemon the movie joined.
Fuck yeah, I went and saw that movie in theaters, man. I still got my ancient
I don't even know if I
cards.
saw
Let me
that
go
in
find them.
theaters.
Boom.
Might have.
Check that out. That
Oh,
was
sick.
the sweetest thing in the world to me as a kid.
That was pretty
Check
cool,
out
yeah.
that sick holographic.
So what exactly is a Pokemon? Cute, cuddly characters who become supercharged so they can fight their enemies. But some experts say the entire Pokemon phenomenon is the enemy.
Okay. Elaborate.
But some experts say the entire Pokemon phenomenon is the enemy.
I love you. Let's be best friends and destroy the capitalist American government.
In my opinion, parents should not let their kids watch Pokemon, play Pokemon, buy Pokemon cards, have anything whatsoever to do with Pokemon.
If
Why?
that was my mother, I would have hated life as a child.
True.
Seeing all my buddies playing Pokemon and like my mom is the only one that's like, nope, you can't. It's dangerous. Violent.
Oh, I would have been so
The
jealous.
message is violence.
Yeah.
The message in Pokemon is violence. Wait till Call of Duty comes out.
But many parents disagree.
It's really, I think, an okay thing for the kids because they learn to save their allowance, to budget for it, and they learn to trade and be kind of reasonable with their friends.
Finally,
There is a
parent that
social
talks
aspect
some
to it, yeah.
sense. I almost feel
Everyone
like
had
this
Pokemon cards in
Soul
elementary school.
Report was the inspiration for the Chim Pokemon episode of South Park.
The American government lies to you. Join the fight for Japanese supremacy of the world. More to come.
Like, their satire was spot on.
Many school officials think the craze has gone too far.
Am I the only one who misses Fat Pikachu? Write in the comments if you miss Fat
OG
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Yeah, look at that.
Officials
Look
are
at that
finding
chonker.
that Pokemon cards are responsible for fistfights, and the constant trading is not only distracting kids from classwork, but turning the playground into a black market.
Hey, Timmy. I'll give you a
Oh my
Blastoise for
God,
your
dude.
lunch money. I feel like back
Give
in
you
the
a Blastoise
90s
for
and
a
early 2000s,
little bag
all
of
these
meth.
news reports, it was like fear-mongering around children. Because it was still like somewhat new to parents and they didn't know what to think of it. And the news was right there to be like, hey, this is how video games and Pokemon are fucking up your child.
But that psychiatrist who had that quote last, that how bad Pokemon is, I guarantee you these people haven't seen any of the cartoons at all. They have no concept at all.
That's
this
how it is
fucking
most of the
guy.
time,
I love
honestly.
This guy. Psychiatrists don't know a goddamn thing.
Iro, how do you answer the question? Is this just toy collectibles?
Like they just kind of read like news. They'll read a couple of outline like news headlines about like I don't know, some violent act happening over Pokemon cards, or someone like deep diving into the show and making a big deal about the violent themes, and those are like outliers, you know. They don't actually represent the real
movement,
the real community.
Is it a craze? Is it a
but they'll like latch onto that story.
Little kids to enjoy themselves with. Adults are not going to get into this a lot. I think through the holidays, guaranteed, and I can probably guarantee you there's another year and a half to this craze. It hasn't even peaked yet.
It appears it lasted a good 24 years and is still going strong, actually.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Call it Pokemon Pandemonium. As the map-based game explodes in popularity, players are flooding into public spaces, creating some problems. Jenny Latimer discovered a memorial plaque for her son became a Pokestop, where players earn
Oh
rewards.
my god. Jesus Christ. No way.
Oh, I don't know whether to laugh or cry laughing.
In Vancouver, James Roy created a sign to stop players from trampling his garden.
3 nights in a row.
Roy created a sign to stop players.
This is a private yard for Tennessee's building, not for Pokemon chasing. Get life and stay out of my yard. This whole Pokemon hunt is by far the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I have lived through.
3 nights.
There's a bar up the street and around the corner. Go there, have a beer, and seriously think about your
We
life
had
choices.
people asking and sort of trying to get in through the other gate of our yard.
This is the guy?
And you know, I thought, well, like, you know, we have kale here. We can't have that like stomped over and stuff.
That is probably the most Canadian thing I have ever heard. All right, what's next?
New alert from the World Health Organization about video game addiction. The organization is now designating gaming disorder as a mental health condition.
Gaming disorder. Michael Strahan, what the hell are you doing on ABC News? Talking about gaming disorder?
Some saying it's about time we recognize the intense pull of video games, given the science that shows there could be some addictive nature to them.
Oh, there 100% is. 100% is.
Just a little.
Could be some addictive nature to them.
Yeah.
This morning, the World Health Organization raising a red flag. For the first time, adding gaming disorder to their list of addictive activities, likening it to substance abuse and gambling disorders.
It might be fine to give this its own classification, but just like the phrase gaming disorder, it's just so fucking funny. Well, to be fair, I probably got gaming disorder. Every news report, everyone that talks about like video games and the dangers it has on children, you can always boil it down to just parents should be involved in their kids' lives.
Anderson
It's all about
says
balance,
it's going
yeah.
to take parents paying attention to keep this problem from exploding.
And recommend talking to your kids.
As a parent, there are some things you can do to protect your kids.
So what this does is it forces parents to be parents.
Hello, moms and dads.
Well, it's your job.
If your kids are going to play games, play it with them, you know, so that you can really be there to answer questions and help them through that.
And you know, it's not always the kid with the problem. It may be the parent with the problem.
You know, I mean, you have to be involved in what your kids are looking at.
It's up to parents to control what their kids are seeing.
It could be a growing addiction, potentially stunting the development of children. One doctor uses the term digital heroin.
It was only
Digital
a matter of time
heroin.
before we equated gaming addiction with hardcore drug abuse.
They say he won't stop, can't stop playing video games online.
Fucking intervene in his life, man. Tell him, get your ass off the computer,
Yeah,
go
honestly,
outside.
yeah.
That's what my parents would do. Like
Yeah.
I said, man, it always comes back to like
It's
just
all about
parents
balance,
being
man.
involved.
Yeah,
What's
that
a
too,
typical
yeah.
day in Josh's life?
Sleeping until 11, 12, and then he would be on until like 1, 2 in the morning.
12 on.
hours. Easily.
Easily
Good.
12.
Yeah.
What's his rank
Instead
though?
of enforcing
What's
any
his
kind
KD
of
ratio?
rules or discipline on our child, what did we do? We went straight to ABC News.
But why didn't you just take the computer away? I don't understand.
Great question.
Because when we did take it away, there was a lot of problems in our house with his behavior.
I don't have a child, but I mean, you know, my parents took my consoles away when I did bad shit, and you know, there were problems for a bit, but it's like they're my parents. What am I gonna do?
You have used the term digital heroin. Really? Digital heroin? Is it that bad?
Yes, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Al and Christina are wondering if Josh's brain can give them any clues as to what is wrong. So they take him for a functional
What is wrong?
MRI.
Oh my god,
Fucking
dude.
brain scan of this 14-year-old kid who plays video games too much. Just take the shit away.
His theory, yet to be proven, is that excessive gaming may change brain activity. Josh's brain scans are troubling.
We've seen this type of neurological deterioration in gamers who prefer to play Call of Duty Vanguard.
There should be much more active.
There should be more red.
There should be more red.
What else we got?
This is the brain of a Genshin Impact player.
PlayStation Portable going to end up on your kid's Christmas list? PSPs are good, clean fun, right?
Yeah.
So why are they also known by the name PlayStation Portable?
What? I've never heard that before.
We don't want to spoil anybody's Christmas, but there are hidden dangers parents should be aware of.
We don't want to spoil anyone's Christmas, but there could be porn on your child's video game console.
Portable gaming devices are all the rage, with a generation of teens convincing their parents they're a must-have.
Great game.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Playing Battlefront 2? Yes. Yeah, buddy. That's the right footage right there. That's the perfect footage.
Inside is a high-powered computer that, with a Wi-Fi connection, can access the internet.
Parents can watch their child on the internet in the kitchen, in the living room. But with this, you can take it anywhere.
And that opens up Pandora's box.
Oh my god. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What is
what
happening? How to build a bomb? Ku Klux Klan? Oh my god.
Dude,
It
what
went
the
from
fuck?
0 to 100 so fast.
What kids are looking this
boy
up?
got into trouble when he brought his PlayStation Portable to school.
This is an incident that has opened our eyes.
On a dare, Jeff Harris showed his friends how his PSP could display pictures of naked women.
And that kid
As
was
a
the
cool
hero
kid.
in middle
Yeah,
school.
honestly, yeah.
I like how they said that on a dare. That is just perfect.
Porn isn't the only danger out there.
What is?
Hatred, violence, and the means to carry out deadly schemes can all be accessed through gaming devices with an internet connection.
White power websites. What kind of fucking teenager is going
Honestly,
with
what the
those,
fuck, dude?
It means you might not take iron crosses all over a website as a warning sign that you should immediately leave. And if you don't leave, you might start reading and buying into hateful ideas there.
The greatest danger of all may be a child predator posing as another gamer.
Every single one of these, man, it's all the same.
It's all the same, yeah.
And why do they have RuneScape footage? Could you actually play RuneScape on a PSP? That would have been pretty sick.
I don't think so.
This is a classic right here. Mass Effect sex scandal. Sex box? New video game shows full digital nudity and sex.
A new role-playing video game that is leaving nothing to the imagination. Mass Effect is what it's called. It's made.
Where do
for
they hear
Microsoft's
about Grand
Xbox
Theft Auto?
system, and
Jesus.
It features in some parts of this, you'll see full digital nudity. Imagine.
Hell yeah,
Imagine.
you will. Yeah, that's why it's a masterpiece, baby. I'm pretty sure like 90% of the clips I gathered are from Fox News.
And the ability for the players to engage in graphic sex, and the person who's playing the game gets to decide exactly what's going to happen between the two people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they get to control the sex. If
What?
you know what I
Press
mean.
X to thrust? Is that what you think?
It sort of cracks me up whenever I hear a company say that, there's all these controls in there that you can monitor the time and you can, but basically Pandora's box is open.
Let's talk about who the video game is for. It might be for adults, but if you look at the statistics, who's playing video games but adolescent males, not their dads? So that's the first thing. The damage is this. We know that all the research shows that violence has a desensitizing effect. Well, sexuality does too.
No, it doesn't, you dumb cunt.
And here's how they're seeing women. They're seeing them as these objects of desire, as these, hot bodies. I mean, they don't show women as being valued for anything other than their sexuality. And
Have
it's
you
a
played the
man in this
game?
game deciding how many women he wants to be with.
Jeff Keighley is going to ask the question that I want to ask, and it's going to be really funny.
All right, let's get Jeff in on this.
All right, that's
go ahead, Jeff.
completely incorrect. Yeah, it's completely incorrect.
Jeff
First of all,
Keighley, what's
you
up?
can actually play as a man or a woman in the game. Cooper, have you ever played Mass Effect?
No.
It's like a 20-30 hour game with like 2-minute sex scene in it, and then boom, she's like, oh my god,
That's
it's so
all
dumb.
you need to know. That's all you need to hear. We can move on to the next segment now.
The whole game is about women are objects.
This like full-on report, and she's so
Have you played
sure
the
of
game?
what she's
No.
talking about, but she's never played the game.
Cooper, have you ever played Mass Effect?
No.
No, what? I'm not a
Well, I think
fucking
what's
loser.
interesting about this, we talk about sexuality in the media. One of the great things about Mass Effect, for people that have played it know this. This is a sort of a choose-your-own-adventure story, and it doesn't force you down any situation. You can actually play through this game without the sexual situation ever happening.
Right, and the
inside
young boys
game.
are going to be choosing not to have sex. That'll be what they'll choose. I mean,
no,
let's be
because
realistic
it's not
here.
a simple choice, but Cooper, it's not a simple choice. You don't turn to the game and says, would you like to have sex or not?
I love that Jeff is like shilling for Mass Effect on this Fox News segment.
I mean,
and
they're
this
fucking
lady who has
idiots, and
never
he has to
played
try
it
and cook.
Doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah.
He's acting like she's
he's
all
cooking
high and
on her,
mighty.
man.
It's just like modeling your life, and I think that's a much more powerful form of media.
Darlin,
to
I
be
got to
able
go with
play
the
through a game.
research. And the research says there's a new study out of University of Maryland right now that says that boys that
Darlin.
play video games cannot tell the difference between what they're seeing in a video game and the real
we
world.
gotta go.
University of Maryland is full of fucking idiots. Dude, even as a 3-year-old playing Mario 64 and Pokemon Red and Blue and StarCraft, I knew the difference between real life and what I was seeing on the screen. Gotta go with the research. Did you just call him Darlin? Oh my god, you're unbearable.
Fantastic
Cooper,
game, and sex is a small little part of it.
All right, thank you very much to Jeff and Cooper. Let's go around the panel really quickly and get your thoughts on this.
They gave
Not
him
even a
like
small little, it's
1
like a
minute to
microscopic
discuss
part
this
of it.
before moving on. Come on, Fox. We gotta cut him off. Jeff is speaking the actual truth of the game. We gotta cut it off and we gotta go with our narrative.
An adults
True.
only rating. That's the highest rating that it can have. So first of all, this board that rates them needs to have their head examined. And this made me feel old watching this. What happened to Atari and Pinball and Pac-Man?
God.
Oh my god, dude! Whenever people say shit like that, it's like, oh, it's so cringe. When people talk about like video games today, and people are like, "Video games? Do you mean like Pong, Pac-Man?" It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Right off the bat, you're sounding like an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Everything you're gonna say in this conversation is just gonna be thrown out the window because you don't know shit about what you're talking about.
Old. You are so old. You are even older after this clip.
Be careful here. Let's face it, there's all kinds of bad stuff coming through the internet, through video games, and the reality is, I would argue, that the government cannot and should not censor everything coming across the web and in video games. At the end of the day, it's just like Chet said, it's up to parents to control what their kids are seeing.
Yes. Okay, well said.
Finally, someone on Fox News talks some
Jesus.
sense.
Brianna is describing the first time she accidentally stumbled into a strip club on Roblox.
And that's where we're going to call it a day.
What the hell?
Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe to The Act Man for more awesome
Oh my
content.
God, that
Don't
was-
forget to order your everyday
that was
earbuds
incredible.
and use my code to get a special discount. Reporting live from ACT News, this has
That
been
kid
The Act Reporter.
100% downloaded porn onto his 3DS. His parents found out, lied, and said it came that way. Interesting. Maybe. Yeah, I could see that happening. God, it's so funny. So funny.